So, hello everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to your English 2 class. Now, today, as you know, all of our chapters are completed for your unit test, and it's actually knocking at your door. So, what you will have to do now is that you will have to read the chapters as much as possible. As many times as you will read your ideas and the minute to minute details you will be getting. You will be finding that in today's revision test, some questions are given which need a very thorough reading of the chapter. If you don't go through the chapter very attentively, very minutely, you won't be you will be facing difficulties in order to find out the answers. Okay, and another thing is that, as you know, I have already said the answers. So once you will be submitting your paper, once you will click on the submit button, you can view the answers, which are correct answers and which are the wrong answers. Those you can view. Also, you can check your score. So all those things are have been said in that way. Now, today, as you know, we shall have the revision of the chapter, The Owls in the Family. So, the first thing that is advisable is that we shall be having a very brief revision though. But the thing is that what will be better is that if you go back to those videos of your the class when the class started. So those 1 or 2 days videos are there already. These are there, so you can find them out and you can again where whatever difficulties you will be facing, you can check from there. Okay, now here the Owls in the Family, I shall be telling you a very brief summary of this chapter. This is a chapter where you can find that the first thing is that we see that it was in a morning that the owlets, the first baby owlet, it came in a morning, and it actually what happened that when it came to the family, it was like when it came to the family, it was given some food and in the form of raw meat and water. Then it was kept. It was very nicely being taken care of. And then the next day, again another owlet it arrived in their family in the same way. Near the baranda stairs it was found. So this way the two owlets arrived in the narrator's family. Now what happened when the narrator and his grandfather, they thought after few days, they thought after 10 days, they thought that these are enough grown up. Now they can also in between what happens, the mother owlet comes and it thinks like the babies are not being properly taken care of, and it gives them a dead mouse or a rat, you can say. So then what happens when it was given and then after 10 days the narrator's family, they thought like the mother found them and gargled, and morning I found that it had left a mouse. And then in the next morning or next after few days, after 10 days, they thought that these are now enough grown up, so we should just release them up because they are staying in the family. They are being kind of their flight, or you can say their movement is being limited. So they thought that they should free them up. So the narrator and his grandfather, they took them to the garden, and they thought like today they will be releasing them. Soon the mother owlet, it thought like as if the narrator and his grandfather, they are causing any sort of harm or they are kind of killing or kind of doing any harmful act to her children, or you can say to her babies in the form of the owlets. So she gave the narrator a heavy blow from behind, and also the grandfather, he ran away from that place in order to escape getting wounded or getting hurt from the mother owl. Now next few days again we find that the next morning the mother owlet comes back, and now it is much more shocked, or you can say it is repenting, or you can say it is kind of sad because of how it had misbehaved with the narrator and his grandfather, who are taking good care of her babies. Now it wants that the babies should be there in their family, in the family of the narrator. So after that day, those were kept in the family, and they became very much fond of grandmother. But at the same time, there was someone whose name was Aunt Mabel. Aunt Mabel was the narrator's aunt. So she was very much scared of all these things. She was afraid, and whenever the owlets came near her, she used to scream, she used to shout, and all those things. But finally, we found that when means it, though those owlets, they become so much fond of grandmother that they followed her footsteps, and whenever they saw somebody dressed up like her, they thought like it is grandmother, and they used to pay respect to those persons, those women. And at the same time, we see that they were very much kind of fond of eating the beetles or killing the beetles. The beetles were kind of damaging, they were much in number, and they were damaging the kitchen quarters. So the owlets, they used to kill the beetles. And also one thing was that the owlets were kind of afraid, or you can say they couldn't tolerate the outside owls. So whenever they saw the outside owls or the wild owls, so they used to disturb the family members during the night. Now we find that they were the excellent pest destroyer. That means they used to kill the insects, they used to kill them up and then eat them up. So in that way they kind of kept the house clean, and also we find that they were much fond of getting wet or getting bathed in the bird bath, we can say, or in a shallow dish. So that they loved very much to get the splash of water. So sometimes they came to get the splash of water for the third time. So all these things are there, and last we find that they were so much fond or dear to grandmother that they used to share the same pillow. When grandmother used to sleep, that time the owlets will go to her, and the owlets also will try to sleep near her, or you can say in that same pillow. So these are the things which are there in this chapter. Now what you will have to do, as I have already said, you just go through these line by line, read. You note down minor to minor details, word meanings also you will have to read. It's not necessary that only whatever word meanings are given in your book, those only you will have to understand. Whatever words I have explained in my video, all those words are also very necessary. You can write them up in your own language, but you need to know the meaning of all the words. Okay, so this you had. Whatever difficulties you will be having, you will be definitely asking those in your live class. At the same time, whatever videos are already there, that means the first time when this chapter was taught, so those are also available. You can go and check them. You can watch them for your better understanding. Okay, so that's all for today. You take the revision test, and we shall be meeting in our live class. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.